Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're just going to go through, harvest some stuff. I'm not going to lie, I've kind of been slacking on garden maintenance. I mean, there's a lot of good in here, but there's also some bad. And you'll probably see all of it, but really I guess there's no such thing as bad. Some stuff just didn't do good, and that's fine. I still got a lot of good things going on and a lot of stuff to harvest, so I guess we'll just go along for the ride here and see what we can find to harvest for you. Alright, first thing we're going to do here is we're going to get the one cabbage that I have that is ready. Now this is going to take a little bit here cutting it off, but I don't have a big knife, which I should get. I need the saw.
3 weeks later.
Alright, so we got a nice little head of cabbage here. And if you notice, I never pull all the roots out. I'll leave them in there. It's beneficial to keep all the roots in there, and I'll let them sit in there over winter, and then I usually will pull them out next year when I plant, or I just leave them in there if they're not in my way. Alright, next we're going to go to the onions. Now this year I'm not dissatisfied, but they all started tipping over and the necks were breaking before they got to what I would consider a decent size. Now there's a lot of decent sized ones in there, but not as big as I would like. But once again, not going to complain. There's a good amount, and with onions, once that neck bends over, it's done. So as you can see, this one is still standing. I will maybe keep the few that are still standing in there, see what happens, but for the most part they're all ready to go. Except for the white ones, they're still going strong, but I did plant these from seed directly into the garden. The yellow and the red, I started indoors like in February or whatever it was. So the white onions still got some time, so we're going to leave them be, except for the few that the necks did crank. And the red ones / purple onions, them fell over a long time ago, and I'm just now getting to them, but I wanted to get it on video for y'all. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start picking all the onions, and we'll see you back in a bit. Alright, now I don't know if I have any zucchini ready yet. I might have a few, but just looking. But look, this plant's huge. And I got a tree of some Brussels sprouts here. Nothing new on this plant yet. We got one yellow one down in here we can pick. And I think that's it for zucchini, unless there's a green one hiding down in here. Nothing ready to be picked yet. The lonely cucumbers. That's the bad of the garden, is the cucumbers. But what are you going to do? I got some plants coming still, and I got plenty of time, so I'll have to give them a little drink of fertilizer and hopefully get a few more. But yeah, the cucumbers, I don't know what happened, but bad year, and that happens with gardening. Not everything's going to do great every year. So now we'll see if we have some peppers. The peppers, we're way behind this year. I haven't not even picked a pepper yet, but if you see, they are just starting to flower like this. This is a Cal Wonder. Like I said, I have not got any peppers yet, but if you can see how many flowers and peppers there are gonna be, it's loaded up with little buds coming, and that goes for all of these Cal Wonder peppers here. These pepper plants, I believe this is these are all Jimmy Nardellos, which there's a lot of peppers. They just haven't started to turn red yet, and I like to wait till them all turn red. And you can see there's peppers all over. They're just not turning red yet. Oh, there's a couple back there turning red. And these are the jalapenos, which I do have jalapenos to harvest here, so I'm going to start picking the jalapenos and hopefully make some bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers, which are my favorite. And then this one is a sweet cherry, which there are a few down there, but I let them go a little too long. Oh, there's some. They're starting to get woody, but as with all the other peppers, they're just now starting to put on a lot of flowers. So it still should be a good crop. I have plenty of time, but I'll just keep working my way through these jalapenos here. I believe I have 4 jalapeno plants, and that one hasn't put any on yet. But the plants are all nice and healthy. And then this one over here is a lemon drop pepper, I believe. And I don't know if, yeah, these two are lemon drops. And once they start putting on their flowers, which once again, they're starting to, this will probably have 150 to 200 little lemon drop. They're bright yellow. They are a mild pepper. They're not super hot, but they are very tasty, and they go really good in the salsas when we make them. Did I say salsa right? Or salsa, as I like to say. This is still a jalapeno over here. Yeah, that Jimmy Nardello down there is almost red. So we got a dozen or so jalapenos. I'm just going to check these and make sure I haven't missed a pepper growing. Don't look like it. Now we just wait. Now we're going to go on to tomatoes, I believe, which the plants do not look good. They all have disease on them, falling over. I've neglected them the last few weeks. Other than harvesting them, I have not been taking care of them at all. They're loaded with tomatoes, though. So the beans, they are pretty much done. As you can see, I started ripping them out. I'm going to hopefully rip the rest out today. I will harvest what's on them. Then I'll prepare this bed and start putting in some lettuce and radishes and stuff for kind of a fall crop. I don't do a lot of fall planting, but I do like to get lettuce, spinach, and a bunch of radishes going. And I think it's probably about time to where it'll start cooling down, and then the radishes won't bolt and the lettuce won't bolt. So I will get all these pulled out and show you what we got for the beans before we get to the tomatoes. Alright, beans are all cleaned up. Like I said, gonna clean up the bed, do some lettuce, radishes in there, and I I will clean all the mess up later. Most of it's going into the chicken pen. The other half will go into compost pile. But I did forget, I have some buttercup squash here to pick. And I didn't think I was a squash fan. But I just had shears thrown at me. I do need them, but they came out of nowhere. And when we were camping a couple weekends ago, my wife made one of these over the campfire, and it was delicious. So this might have to get planted every year now. The buttercup. They're not huge. They're just a 3 to 5 pound squash, but the way she made it, it was very good. And then now we'll get to the tomatoes. Alright, now we're on the tomatoes. As you can see, plants. These ones I accidentally cut the growth tips off of them, so that's all the bigger they got, but they're full of disease. Still, a lot of tomatoes. I got a lot of tomatoes to pick. I mean, this is typical for this time of year for me in my garden. Them dying off, getting the blights, but like I said, as you can see, there's still a ton of tomatoes, and then I got the carrots in the middle, which I've been harvesting from. Whenever we want some carrots, I grab some. But I think I'll do a separate video on when I harvest the carrots, and then I will show how I can them, because I will not pick them until I have time to can them in the same day. But that'll be a separate video. But for now, I'm just going to get to picking tomatoes here. There's a bunch of, they're all different varieties. So let's get to picking these ones, which are the indeterminate tomatoes. And then we got the determinate side, which looks just as bad. Plants just falling all over the place, loaded with tomatoes, but we'll, I won't talk anymore. We'll just get to picking. Alright, so there's all the tomatoes we got. Pretty much filled up that bucket. I do like to pretty much just pick them when they're majority orange, majority color, and then I'll just let them ripen up on inside. That way bugs and critters and birds, whatever, don't get to them. But that's a decent amount of tomatoes there. And like I said, still a lot left on the plants. But I am going to harvest some more potatoes in this video. I have done 2 harvest videos of potatoes already, the red ones, and I got one more kind of potato tower with red ones in it. So the plants are not totally died off like the last ones, but close enough. So let's get over to that and get those out in the jungle over here. So here's the little potato tower, and you can see, I mean, they're died off, not 100%, but these are more red potatoes in here. So I think I did 4. Yeah, I did 4 seed potatoes in here. So we'll just see what we have. And I'm doing this mainly because it's supposed to rain later, and it's kind of best to get them when they're dry, and rather than when they're all waterlogged. Oh, looks like there might be a decent amount of potatoes in here. Grab whatever we got on the top. So like I said, there's 4 seed potatoes in here, so 4 plants. Oh, this little potato tower looks like it did pretty good. Oh yeah, still feel a lot more down in there. Now this, like I've talked about in the past, I don't hill them, so I did not plant some deep, let the plants grow, fill more dirt in there. I did not do that. This is just planting 4 seed potatoes in here, and that's all. No hilling, no nothing. Oh wow, I feel a whole bunch of them here. This is quite the harvest for just putting 4 plants in here. Make sure I don't forget any here. Oh, another one hiding. Wow, that's impressive. All that from 4 plants. Probably, what, 5-pound bag or so? Maybe a little more. So, I believe that's it for the red potatoes. So, see my other 2 harvest videos of the red potatoes? We definitely got over 60 pounds of red potatoes. So, like I was saying over there, we definitely got 60 pounds of red potatoes this year. Still waiting for the white ones to die off. We planted just as many whites as reds, so I'm hoping we should for sure get 60 pounds because the whites are larger. They should weigh more. So that could be a total of 120 pounds or more of potatoes for this year, and that's by far the most we have ever grown. But I did plant more this year, but still, either way, I will end the video here. That's all the harvesting we got done today, or we needed to get done. And like I said, the next video will probably be carrots, and after that, maybe some other harvests or another little tour of the garden. And then the potatoes. So, with that being said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Tomatoes. Yeah, you're right.